I'm Paul DiRienzo. Miss Joan Marie Musi can't be here tonight, so I'm here with our guests. As I said, the last Internationale, and also joining us is the great street musician, David Peel, who's going to really help us along. Our two musicians, the last Internationale, are Edgy and Delilah, and I met them earlier, but we really got to know each other coming up in the cab from a protest for Troy Davis. And we're going to talk about this brother who's currently on death row, and I'm going to get his picture back up in a minute and we'll be able to see him. And we have some songs about Troy that we're going to sing, and we're going to talk and take your phone calls. And we're going to try and get to the bottom of what's exactly going on in Georgia on their death row, and why this brother, who has been, from what we understand, is quite innocent, has been proven innocent, yet for 14 years he's been locked in this circumstance, and where the latest death sentence is, or death warrant is this next month, I think, right? June?
Yeah.
July. All right, so in 2 months. So, you know, and it's one of those situations where, you know, despite the innocence, the Supreme Court won't take the case, and despite the witnesses recanting, despite the fact that it's been proven over and over again that the evidence isn't there to support this cruel criminal sentence by the state, they still just can't seem to get the government of the state of Georgia or the United States government to admit their mistakes and step back from trying to kill this great man. So we're going to talk about that a little. Maybe you guys could help us a little bit by telling us what you know about the Troy Davis case.
Yeah, well, you pretty much summed it up. Troy was arrested for shooting an undercover cop. He got involved in a scuffle. He tried to intervene, and as you said, he's been on death row ever since. And 7 of the 9 witnesses recanted the statements. What I would like to add to that, though, is that 2 of the witnesses did not recant. One of them is the alleged gunman who actually did the shooting, which is very interesting, you know, considering that you would think that the Supreme Court would, you know, take on the case, but they haven't. So we've actually, the movement involved in trying to free Troy Davis and exonerating him, Amnesty International, other international figures like Jimmy Carter. We've actually managed, through protesting and such, we managed to get 2 stays of execution, which is really good. Unfortunately, we haven't fought hard enough because he's still on death row, unfortunately. His appeal was denied by the Supreme Court, as you said, along with, very sadly, Mumia Abu-Jamal. His appeal was also denied. So it's very sad, but, you know, what this tells us is that we just need to fight harder to get him free.
Do we have, now it's in the realm of political pressure. This is a political pressure movement. And I just wanted to put up the picture there for everybody to see of Troy and get an idea of this brother, what he looks like and who he is. And there's also a website, troydavis.org, I think.
Troy Anthony Davis.
TroyAnthonyDavis.org, where folks can get more information. Now, the last Internationale, you folks have actually, you actually have some music that, let me do this right, there we go. You have some music that you wrote about Troy, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to play a song about that, because I think that art is such an important thing in getting people motivated and getting them out there to fight, is like through expression and through art and through music. As by the way, as the great David Peel knows so all too well, right?
Folks are singing right now, and they're making right now. Just begin with Troy Davis. I can hear the song.
I would like to add, though, before we do the song, that there's a local branch, for folks who haven't heard of them. It's called the Campaign to End the Death Penalty. And they were the ones involved with Amnesty International in putting together the protest today at Union Square. And they have a local chapter here in Manhattan. So I would advise people look that up, Google it, Campaign to End the Death Penalty, and get in contact with them. They're great people, and help join the cause, the campaign to exonerate him. So with that said, here's the song. It's called Free Troy Davis. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. All right.
I'm getting old and I'm so fucking tired of fighting the same cause again. The youth are all cruising the boulevard or getting jobs to outspend their friends. sister, where's your compassion? Where's your compassion? Let me ask you one question. Tell me why is Troy Davis behind bars? So tell me why is Troy still behind bars? So it is a sing-along.
Yeah.
So in that chorus part, if you're watching this, you can sing along. I thought by now we'd have learned just who the real killers are. They're the bankers and brokers on Wall Street, politicians who bail them out, while the poor work hard and go hungry. Welcome to the 21st century. Brother, where's your compassion? Where's your compassion? Let me ask you one question. Tell me why is Troy Davis behind bars? So tell me why is Troy still behind bars? The warden's watching the SEALs, and the SEALs watching the prisoners, while the walls grow colder and thicker between families, lovers, and friends, and the corporate coffers grow bigger. They're building prisons to increase their ends. They're killers with no compassion, with no compassion. So I hope this answers our question of why is Troy Davis behind bars? So tell me why is Troy still behind bars? So tell me why is Troy still behind bars? Free Troy Davis.
That's great. Wow, that's the last Internationale. And you guys are great. And with David Peel joining us there. Now, David.
I'd like to say something about that, though.
Yeah.
Troy Davis, I've seen all these probably from the 20s. The continuation of what the government has to have a victim at all times. See, what...
Don't go ahead, Mike. Don't ignore me.
You see, like George Orwell says, America, the world always looks to have a war or a victim. So you have Maria, you have Fidel Castro, anybody who they can use for a target, to the point where now it's Troy Davis.
Right. Now, let me ask you, David Peel, you are an interesting guy because you have quite a history yourself, and I just want folks, because you might not know, I don't know if he had a chance to tell you about it, but tell me about your interesting relationship with John Lennon, the great John Lennon.
Okay, during the radical times of John Lennon, the most provocative time of his life, while he was with the Black Panthers, with the White Panthers, the Rock Liberation Front, and the American Indian Movement, etc., like this, and we were together fighting for the end of Vietnam War, to give peace a chance, using music as a tool and a source of entertainment, to work together all over the country and probably the world to fight back